pastor admits to having relations with Deacon's wife. But wait, there is more.
Hold on.
Judge
Is that the way you talk to your pastor?
You not my
you
pastor.
talk to your friend that way.
You're not a friend.
Oh, you're a pastor, pastor. Because you do not belong to my congregation anymore.
Let's get some order. Let's get some order. So, Pastor Hatton,
Yes.
you are agreeing and you are admitting that you had a sexual relationship with Mr. Mayhorn's wife.
Yes, ma'am.
He is suing you for alienation of affection.
Whatever
Why
that
should
means.
you?
How can he sue me for something that I didn't do to him personally?
Your Honor.
He needs to sue his wife.
It's called alienation of
Well,
affection.
man, he needs to sue his wife. I didn't force her to have sex with me.
Well, but you were a party to it. Go back to how you found out about this, Mr. Mayhorn. How did you figure all this out?
I was working with the church secretary, Miss Betty Jones. She handed me an invoice showing that with my name on it. I do have it here for your records.
I'd like to see it.
Miss Jones?
Can you give me all your evidence that you brought to court, please?
Thank you.
Thank you. So this is the hotel bill?
That's also my food delivery bill, because subsequently my wife left me. She told me she didn't want to be married with me anymore, so now I got to cook for myself. I got to clean my own house.
So you don't know how to cook and clean?
You know what? Your mama.
All right, do you have any evidence for me, sir?
Evidence in terms of what, ma'am?
Evidence that you bring to court to prove your case.
This is my word against. I already admitted that I had relations with his wife.
That's exactly right. But you said a Jezebel spirit? I thought you might have brought in
so we
something
can
to
get
prove,
into that.
to
We can
prove that
definitely.
you were not intentional in this. Because if you intentionally came between him and his wife, that's the basis for alienation of affection.
Well,
And now your witness is standing. I'd like to hear from her, Mr. Mayhorn. State your name for the record, ma'am.
Yes, my name is Betty Jones.
Hello, Ms. Jones. What would you like to add to this?
I would like to add that I have been the church secretary for over 25 years. Nothing comes to the church I will not see.
Okay.
So I was taken aback when this receipt came to the church, and I knew Mr. Mayhorn had not been away. The receipt was in his name, and I knew the pastor had been away.
Okay, stop. I want to understand this. You saw a receipt. Whose name was on the receipt?
The name on the receipt was Mr. Mayhorn.
Okay. So how did you come to realize that the pastor was responsible for this receipt?
Because he gave it to me.
Oh.
And I had already had an inkling that something was transpiring between the pastor and Mr.
I gave you just one
wife.
receipt. You are the church secretary, so you are in charge of all the receipts. And if you had any problem with anything that I did, you could have came to me. We wouldn't have been here today.
Pastor Hatton,
Yes, ma'am.
you're not giving no sermon in here, and you're definitely not yelling at no women. So bring it down a notch.
Yes, ma'am.
It was impossible for me to go to him because I had already done something amiss myself. I had been in a relationship with the pastor.
Oh, so this is jealousy.
And he
And do it yourself.
Houseway was the only person. But when I found out I wasn't the only person, I was highly perturbed.
Well, listen, Ben, if you're going to tell the truth, tell the whole truth. The only reason you say anything to this man is because you were jealous.
No.
Because I was with his wife and not with you.
No.
Be honest.
The church secretary just said, not only are you sleeping with the deacon's wife, you were sleeping with her too. And you didn't deny it.
Don't deny any of it.
What kind of pastoring are you doing?
Well, I'll say this. I'm not the first pastor you heard anything like that about.
Oh, actually you are. This is an easy case, right?
Easy in
Because
terms
you've
of,
admitted that you slept with his wife.
yes.
And under the law, you intentionally do that when you know they're married. You even knew their marriage was going through a bit of a rocky time. They came to you for help, for counsel. And instead, I always say this, do not seek counsel under the covers. And that's exactly where you led Ms. Mayhorn. And it is for that, It is for that reason, I'm done hearing from you. It is for that reason, it has been determined by this court that we are ruling in favor of the plaintiff for $10,000. Pay it. And if I were you, I would step down as pastor. I don't think this is a role you take seriously or you value, and God don't like ugly. Court is adjourned.
All right. Ice, go enjoy yourself. You enjoy yourself?
Oh my God. You see, Brother, before the mama confessed that she too was in line with the man, I was already thinking about it. I was like,
what if it is mama they look for here?
no, not the mama.
Okay.
When they just came there, and the way the man was talking, the way the pastor was talking,
Right.
you know, I was already thinking, I said, this man is sleeping with all the women in his church.
All the women.
That was what when I mean all the women, you know what I mean? You know, anyone that can.
I know.
That can fall
I
into
know.
it.
I know what you mean. Don't worry.
I was already thinking of that before Mama just said she too, she was with him, and she found out she was not the only one. I just said,
And you were like,
The way he has minus zero remorse. You will know that he's doing what he's doing deliberately.
Yeah.
Not be only our people, not be who they talk. That's why I tell people everything is everywhere. It's a universal thing. There's nothing like location or race.
Oh yeah, it's everywhere. It's the same thing everywhere. By the way, shout out to Brother Patrick. He shared this video in the WhatsApp group. Go and join the WhatsApp group, please. Don't get left out. Just go from your phone.
It's refusing to load. I don't know why. It's loading and loading.
What's that? Oh, it's loading. Okay, if that doesn't work for you, just send, not that one, but this one. Just send to that phone number. But it's scrolling on the screen right now as well. Just send a WhatsApp message to that, say add me to the group if that doesn't work,
Okay.
But it could be because we're on live right now too. Who knows? But yeah.
Okay.
So join the group. That's where he shared with us. And if you share a video with me like that, and I think we can extract some lessons, I will definitely continue to review
Show the number
like that.
again. Show the number again.
Oh, okay. It's 732 plus 1732. Let me find it again. Let's find it. Where we at? There you go. Yeah. So plus 1732 305 8577. So here's the thing with this story. This one is a part of me wants to say, is this a skit? But then I wake myself up, like, wait, there are trifling people like this in the world all the time, even in the church. Even in the church. Please don't get it twisted. People are people everywhere you go. And anytime you want to, by the way, if your natural inclination is to say men ain't shit, keep in mind that he's doing it with a woman, a few other women. Okay, let's keep that at the back of your mind. Some of them are married. Okay,
Obviously.
So keep that at the back of your mind. But the one thing that really stands out here for me is that the pulpit is a very powerful tool.
Supposed to be.
No, it still is. Period. It's a double-edged sword. It can be used in either direction, right?
Yeah.
So it's a double-edged sword. People can use it for bad. They can use it for good. People can use it to manipulate. They can use it to take advantage of people. And people in general, not just women. Yes, of course, women too are attracted to people on the stage. Okay? Because it's influence. It's just what it is. It's not something we decide. If you see, just think about the level of attraction that people naturally have towards people like Tony or Lumelo or Hush Puppy. Right? Let's not cap. Human beings are attracted to power and influence. It's just what it is. You know? So if you're aware of that, then you will ask questions. It was you that was saying you always ask questions, right? You're not the average person. You're not the average human being.
No, I'm different.
Yeah, most people don't ask questions. Most people.
I'm a critical thinker.
Yes, and most people, you know, most of you here hanging out with me are critical thinkers. People that are not critical thinkers, they can't stand me. I'm boring. Okay, it's just what it is. Okay. So if you are aware of that, you will judge people less. Doesn't mean you can't hold them accountable, but you judge them less. You just see like, just another human being in a mess. That's all it is, right? So so that doesn't mean we can't hold them accountable. That doesn't mean we can't, show some people around, and we can definitely pay attention to a few things here and there. We can still be human too, because you're required to be. If you want to enjoy romantic love, you're going to have to be vulnerable to a good extent. You can't be a person that their radar is always going off for every little thing they see. That will work against what we call the in-love experience. You want to be able to rest and trust, in that space. But the other person you get with, if you're a certain type of person with a personality, a temperament, or a certain type personality, right? The other person will also have to create that environment for you, for your personality, right? For it to work. Because you can't unknow what you know. You can't turn off yourself, who you are at the end of the day. So that's where compatibility can play a part. But compatibility plays this role. It's like the truth. You don't have to help it when you're getting to know a person, right? You don't have to ask a million questions to know if you're compatible. That's cap right there. If you're having to ask a million questions to know if you're compatible, you're already not compatible. Don't waste your time. It's something that we basically just mesh once it's happening, and it's effortless. You don't have to force it with stupid questions from gurus, So, but for these people right here, I think at this point, to me, it's just entertainment. What I can tell you is that if you have a lover, nurture your relationships. Okay? Yeah. Nurture your relationships. Your person you're with, yes, I will hope they're a person of good character. They carry themselves a certain way. They won't do certain things. Clap for yourself. Okay? They are basically human like the rest of us. What's the Bible verse about the devil is always out there looking to devour, that's the reality. Okay, sometimes it showcases itself as a form of a pastor who knows how to say the right things. Okay?
Yeah.
How many times do you need to hear that story before you know this is just a thing? Pastor can take your wife, your deaconess wife.
Of course. Yeah, they take on a steady. It's the ones that with the cash that they know now. A lot of them, they take on a steady. And let me tell you the truth. They keep the secret. They die with the secret.
Yeah. It's a difficult thing. It's a very tempting position for pastors to be in. The pastor, Fato Yibos, you know the stories. Mm-hmm. Right? Who's the other pastor? That's Apostle Suleiman. Right? Listen, I'm not, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not clapping for them and rooting for them. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm telling you is that position for any pastor, ask any pastor, my pastor, your very gentle soul pastor, it's a very tempting position to be in, where women feel like they can come to you and tell you their secret. And in fact, my pastor told us a story one time. It was like this lady, he just felt something. She was coming to kneel down. The way she was holding, it's like when she knelt down. Everybody was there, but something was. The way he said something was just off, and he was like, hold on, madam. He was calling his wife. Mommy, come and pray for her. right? So when the Bible says flee, right, it's like you don't wait until there's cutlass or no.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you could feel it in your spirit. You felt the attraction. Sometimes your wife felt the attraction before you. Your wife could sense it. That
Women sense it before men are ready. They don't really care. Or even when you tell them, obviously, that see this thing, this woman likes me. You say no, she how can you even think of that? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I used to be that guy, you know. In fact, it's happened to me. I can't even count how many times. And I'm telling you, my wife could just tell, and I couldn't tell. You know, I couldn't tell. I'm like, oh, just a friend, just like. But something will happen later, and will confirm that she was right.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Some people say it's intuition, it's woman, whatever you want to call it.
It's just women intuition. They see. You men don't you don't really pay attention to those things like women. You know?
Yeah. Sometimes it's not somebody she actually know at all. Like they have never met, but something just happened. I was like, God damn.
Do you know? Even as boyfriend and girlfriends,
right?
Do you know if five girls are in a room, and you enter the room, you will know the one your boyfriend is having something with.
Yeah, that part exactly. Like I've seen enough examples to know that this is a real thing. You know.
Yeah.
So my pastor said he just like, mommy, come here. You know how they call themselves. Pray for her.
Daddy push him away. Before they tempt daddy into trouble.
Yes, so it's real. These things are real, and we have to just be gentlemen. You have to be aware of that. I mean, if you care about your relationship, if you don't care about your relationship, please by all means knock yourself out too. It's not that deep for me. I don't judge anyone what you want to do, but if you know it's a relationship you care about, nurture it. Make sure you protect yourself, protect your relationship, protect your marriage. Don't wait for your own intentionality, because that thing fall on his face all the time. I keep telling you, okay? You're human like the rest of us, you know. But let's move on to the next story here.
Okay.
Let's go to the next story here.